Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktaranda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktaranda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktaranda. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is Sunday. It is 26th of July. It is Ashada Masa or Vamana Masa, Sukla Paksham, and Dwadasi Tithi. So today, one event is the break the fast for Ekadasi fasting. So between the time 5:15 and 9:29. Okay, so time has already started, and the devotees, it is the time for breaking the fast. But before breaking the fast, if you are trying to do anything like charity contributions, Lakshmi contributions, or in upcoming Srila Prabhupada's Vyasa Puja, or offering any food to birds and small creatures, kindly do before you break the fast. It is most auspicious. This is Drudavrata. Okay, apart from that, no other events. For now, we shall move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Hare Krishna. In Srimad Bhagavatam, so Maitreya Muni is speaking to Vidura. So about and how demigods they have offered their prayers and glorifying Lord Brahma. So they wanted to hear from Lord Brahma what is the cause of the darkness. So they also mention why the as soon as Kashyapa has injected semen into womb of Diti for the sake of begetting children as per desire of Diti Maharani. But though it was inappropriate time, it was not according to the Vedic injunctions. Later on, Diti Mata, so knowing that the children who are going to take birth in the womb of Diti, so they are going to disturbance to the all demigods and all the planet systems. And then she has kept the children on her womb for 100 years. During that time, darkness is spreading and it is causing disturbances in the universal affairs. Demigods could understand their powers is being diminished. They came to Brahma and offering prayers to know. So, what is the reason behind it? So, Yesh Deva Disher Garbha Vojah Kaspam Arpitam. Dasistimirayan Disistimirayan Sarva Vaddate Agni Rivaidasi. So that darkness is spreading. And Brahma is with a gentle smile and in a very pleasing way, as a parent teaching, telling children nice story, he is speaking here. Likewise, my prema says, Saparhasti Mahabaho, Bhagavan Shabda Gocharaha, Pratyatishta Atmabhu Devan, Prenan Vijrayagira. So, what is the insight from this one? Pratyatishta Atmabhu Devan. So here, our Vedic injunctions, they contains all the information required for the human society. So it will give for everything, there is a question and answer, question and answer. And all the Puranas, they have got historical pastimes. And those pastimes are very beautiful to hear. So anything in our lives, if we have got any kind of problem, there is an answer for that one. There is solutions from the Vedic injunctions which are authenticated, which does not yield any reactions. If we do by our own mind, then for every action there is a reaction. But Vedic injunctions, they will direct us in such a way that does not lead to any any reactions, so that it will bring us to the tangible platform. So that is Brahma Yajna. With all our sages, great sages, they have given literatures. So that is Brahma Yajna. So here, Demigods, demigods means who have got devotees of the Lord, having all good qualities. So when they are seeing such kind of disturbances, if they approach the Vedic injunctions, they will find the solutions. And here the answers cannot be found in the material world. They would be found some minor things from the um, Vedic injunctions and later on, but actual cause will be in the spiritual world. So Maitreya Muni says, Saprahasya Mahabaho Bhagavan Shabda Gojaraha. So the sound, the Shrutis are to be heard. They are called Brahma as well. And here, Lord Brahma, they all demigods went to the Lord Brahma and then offering their praise and asking, Brahma is responding, Pratyajasta Atma Bhudevan. So Brahma knows everything. Brahma knows everything. He is Bhutanamasi Bhavvit. He knows the heart of the living entities in this material world and also in the spiritual world. Paresham Aparesham Tam Bhutanamasi Bhavvit. In the spiritual world and also in the material world. And then he is responding, Pratyajasta Atma Bhudevan. Atma Bhu. So Atma Bhu is the Lord Brahma. He has appeared from the navel of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. And then how he is speaking? Prenan Ruchiraya Gira. When we are reciting this Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam or Vedic injunctions, they are very beautiful. And they in such a way, not only the beautiful, it will give the essence to us and it will enable us to act in particular way for any kind of our problems. And also it is very pleasing. So likewise, so this is the insight, but here Lord Brahma is saying to demigods, Prenan Duchariya Gira, very beautifully and very satisfactorily, he is speaking to demigods. And then what Brahma is saying to demigods that he started speaking once upon a time, my children are the four Kumaras who are born from my mind and who are born to Narada Muni, before Narada Muni. So this is sorry, before all the demigods, before all the demigods. So Lord Brahma is being to demigods. Four Kumaras born before, and once upon a time they were roaming around the world in the spiritual. Once upon they are going to either material world or spiritual, but on this occasion they are going in the spiritual world without any desires. So here very important, without any desires. For Kumaras entering into the spiritual world without any desires. But whereas the devotees who are always desiring to have association with the Lord, to serve Him in the spiritual world, that is their desire. So desire means generally materialistic people who wanted to get liberation, they wanted just make the supreme Brahma Jyoti without any action. But here, similarly, the four Kumaras also they were in the similar conception. They were thinking that only Brahma Jyoti is the topmost. So until Brahma Jyoti is the topmost thing, that is their realization until that point. So later on, but because of that, they did not have any desires. Okay, likewise, Brahma started speaking to demigods. So, for Kumaras are roaming without any desires, and they are coming upon spiritual world once upon a time. We are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, chapter 15, verse number 12. Brahma Manasa me sutayushma purvajaha sanakadayah Ch13 vihayasa lokan lokeshu vigataspruhaha Manasa me sutayushma and Manasaha. Brahma is saying that Manasa me and Suta sons, my sons born from the mind. Manasa me Suta Yushmat than you Purvajaha Sanakadayaha. Purvajaha. are called brothers, elder brothers. Born previously, they are called Sanakadayaha, headed by Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatana, Sanat Kumara. Okay, these are Purvajaha, Sanakadayaha, Cherur Vihayasa Lokan, Lokesha Vigataspruhaha, and Cheruhu. They travel Vihayasa, and by traveling in outer space or flying in the sky, Vihayasa, Lokan, to the material and spiritual worlds. Cheru Vihayasa Lokan, Lokeshu Vigataspruhaha, and among the people, Vigataspruhaha, without any desire. Cheru Vihayasa Lokan, Lokeshu Vigataspruhaha, without any desire. Okay, translation. Lord Brahma said, my four sons, Sanaka, Sanatana, Sanandana, and Sanat Kumara, who are born from my mind, are your predecessors. Sometimes they travel throughout the material world and spiritual skies without any definite desire. Okay, purport by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, can I request any devotees to read this purport, please?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
I'll read, Prabhu.
Okay, Prabhu.
Oh, sorry, Mataji, go on, go on.
No, Prabhuji, read Prabhuji, that's fine.
When we speak of desire, we refer to the desire of material sense gratification. Saintly persons like Sanaka, Sanatana, and Sanandana and Sanat Kumara have no material desire, but sometimes they travel all over the universe out of their own accord to peace devotional service. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Very good.
Jai. Thank you, Prabhuji. So sometimes even in this material world, people once they come to up to 50 years without any responsibility. Responsibilities means they have given the children have grown up. Now they have enough time, so they will go on pilgrimages, going from one temple to all temple, Jagannath Puri, Mayapur, Vrindavan Dham, Kasi, and Badri, and all the dhamas they will be going on. This is generally that is the desire. So they wanted to uh, go to all the Tirthasthanas and Dhamas because they wanted to see the Lord and associate with the devotees. So, but again, one has to go to associate with the devotees not only for the just taking the bath and coming. Yatirtha buddhihi salile na karchit. Janeshu abhijnishu sayeva gokaraha. If they are not na karhichit, if they are not associating with the devotee, they are sayeva gokaraha. They are mentioned like a cattle. Gokaraha. Go is the cow and karaha is a donkey. So they're compared. But however, one has to go to the pilgrimages, take the darshan and associate with the devotees, participate in the kirtans and sankirtan yajnas. And then that is how one's desires should be molded according to the scriptural injunctions. Again, the desires are many desires. Some people may be having no desires, some of them having a moksha kama, some of them is material desire. Just I wanted sarva kama. So many of those desires. Akama sarva kamo va moksha kama udharadehi. Tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. For all desires, only one point of destination is lotus feet of Krishna. स्वकामाय विविक्तमार्गैः अभ्यर्चितां कामदुगाङ्घ्रिपद्मं प्रदर्शयन्तं कृपया न केन्दु मयूखभिन्नाङ्गुली चारुपत्रम्. And Lord's lotus feet is always shown to the devotees. They are tinged with the tulsi leaves. So this is he is always showing Pradarshyantam Krupaya Nakendu with merciful towards all the devotees. So Pumsam Swakamaya Vivikta Margaihi, whoever have got desires and trying to fulfill those desires for them. Pumsam Swakamaya Vivikta Margaihi Abhyachatam Kamadugangri Padmam. When they worship that lotus feet, Abhyachatam Kamadugangri Padmam, those lotus feet will fulfill all desires of the devotee. Or whoever is approaching, it will fulfill desires of everyone. And they are all Pradarshyantam Krupaya Nakendu, that lotus feet is tinged with Naka Indu. Those nails, they are just like moonlight. The nails are always dissipating the light. Krupaya Nakendu Mayuka Bhinnanguli Charu Patram. Very beautifully glorifying the lotus feet of the Lord. One has Sanchintayet Bhagavataha Charanaravindzam Vajrankusha Saroruha Lanchanadhyam Uttunga Raktavilasatnaka Chakravala. So it is described, but one has to meditate on that lotus feet of the Lord, which will dissipate the darkness within the heart. Later on in the 28th chapter of Bhagavatam, in the third canto itself, Kapil Bhagavan describes. Okay, so those lotus feet are dangerous. Okay, so but here, lotus feet of the Lord fulfills all desires, either material or spiritual. But saintly persons like Sanaka and Sanatana, Sanandana, and Sanat Kumara have no material desire. They are in the transcendental position. It is mentioned like they're always in the age of 5 years, approximately 5 years. Tan Vikshavatrashan Chitra Kumaran Kruddhan Dashardhavaiso Vidita Atma Tattvan, Vidita Atma Tattvan, who understands the transcendental knowledge, Atma Tattvam. So there goes Tan Vikshavatrashanam, they're without any clothes on top of them. Chatraha Kumaran. Ruddhan Dashardhavais. Dashardhavais is the 5 years old children. Ruddhan, only that much old. They do not grow older. See, they will go in all the places, either in the Vaikuntha Loka or in the material world. Travel over all over the universe, out of their own accord, to preach devotional service. So because later on, at the moment, they are under impersonal conception, and later on they will become pure devotees of the Lord and then preach in their realizations. They're asking them that Natyam Viganayanti Apite Prasadam Kimanyadapita Bhayam Bhrovo Nayaste Yenga Twadangiri Sarana Bhavataha Katayaha Kitanyati Desisaha Kusala Rasidnyaha. Oh, my dear Lord, we would like to, everyone are hearing your Ketanya Tirdahisaha Kushala Rasadnyaha. Who knows the essence? Who knows the essence of the life? They will always try to hear Chaitanya Tirtha Esasyaha. So they will hear your glories and engage themselves in the devotional service, glorifying you. Padangiri Sarana Bhavataha Katayaha. And their desire is Kamam Bhavaswa Vrijinaihi Niriyeshu Nastad Cheta Hollywood Yedinute Padayo Rameta Vachashanaha Tulasivad Yeditengri Shobhaha Puryetite Gunaganehi Yedi Karnarandraha Puryetite Gunaganehi Yedi Karnarandraha. As long as, oh my dear Lord, your lotus feet is tinged with tulsi leaves. Vachashanaha tulasi vad yeditengri shobhaha. As it is all the time, it is decorated. In such a way, we also wanted to hear your words and glories and your kirtans and bhajans, filling our ear holes. Puryetate gunaganaihi yedi karnarandraha. Filling our ears with all your glories. In such a way, their desire is like that. Kamam bhavaha swavrijinaihi niriyeshu nastat cheta halivad yadunute padayorameta. So this is because they have tasted that one. Once they have visited the Vaikuntha planet, once they have seen the Lord, the beautiful form of the Lord, that seeing the beautiful form of the Lord, either going into the temple, seeing the deities, once they have got the knowledge of at least associating with the devotees, learning from the scriptures, and once those any doubts or spiritual doubts have been eradicated out, once they go to the temple and see the deities, that vision is entirely different. And before we come to the devotional service and going to the temple and see the deities, that vision was different. So here the purified hearts, and then once those devotees who have realized it, and then they're hearing the glories of the Lord, either Hare Krishna Mahamantra, different kirtans, and seeing the beauty of the Lord. And they will relish in the heart that transformation, how much love they have got towards the Lord, everything it will blossom and it will sprout, it will be manifesting within the body. This is called Dhuranta Bhavaha Parire Patim. Tam Atmajaihi Drushtibihi Antaratmana Dhuranta Bhavaha Parire Patim. One immediately wanted to, as soon as they see the Lord, and they wanted to kiss the Lord and hug the Lord. This is called Dhuranta Bhavaha Parire Patim, hugging the Lord. And by through our eyes, Tam Atmajaihi, and whenever the priest is doing everything, and then we see ourselves within the priest, and then we are doing services to the Lord. This is Tam Atmajaihi Drushtibihi Antaratmana, within our heart, by our eyesight, and then we feel that because we do not, devotees do not see any other living entity different from him. Atmanam sarvabhuteshu bhagavantam avasthitam. Apasyattara bhutani bhagavityepi chatmani. This is Vidhyavaniya Sampanni. A devotee who is Vidhyavaniya Sampanni, he does not see himself with the priest or a Brahmana. When that priest is doing all the services, he says that he is doing himself. He replicates himself within that Brahman. He sees himself there and then doing Atma Jaihi. Like this is this shloka, like Sutta Goswami says that Krishna's wives, they're sending their children to Krishna when Krishna coming from Hastinapura to Dwaraka. It was very long time for them. So at the time, by instead of they wanted to hug and kiss before, but it has to happen in the secluded place. But here, in the first instance, they see first sending their children to Krishna. When children are hugging, they are feeling that they are hugging directly Krishna at the time. And then they're hugging Krishna by their eyesight. Tam Atmajaihi Drushtibihi Antaratmana, within the heart as well. This is Dhuranta Bhavaha Parirevire Patim. Okay, so in such a way, Muhur Autkantya Bhashpakalaya Muhurdhyamanaha Tachapi Chittabadisum Senakaihi Vijunte. One would feel the so much of feelings to the Lord. These are all desires of the Lord. Again, in the Dhruv Maharaj, Drubhyam Prapasyan Pibhavan Ivarbhakaha Chumbha Nivasena Bhujari Vashishu. As soon as he sees the Lord, he wanted to hug and kiss, and then Chumbha Nivasena Drubhyam Prapasyam Kapipan Ivarbhakaha, drinking the beauty of the Lord with his eyes. Chumbha Nivasena, kissing him. And Bhujari Vashishu, hugging the Lord. Everything not directly is going and hugging, but everything is happening without touching the Lord. Even the same thing happened with the wives of Krishna's wives at the Dwaraka when in the first instance. Of course, then later on, there is a very beautiful pastimes. Again, Lord enters into the palace of each and every queen, and they have got personal. But here, without touching the Lord, everyone are feeling this is Dharanta Bhavaha. Once they realized that these four Kumaras in the spiritual world, they were preaching to everyone. And these four Kumaras spoke this Bhagavatam knowledge to even Prachina Barhi and also Prithu Maharaj. That there, they were also mentioning Yat Pada Padma, Yat Pada Pankaja Palas Vilas Bhaktya, Karmasayam Gridam, Karmasayam Gridam. Budghradinti santaha tadbhanna. There he says, they says that um, Shroto Ganathavarnam Bhajavasudevam. O Prithu, Tadbhanna Rikta Matayo Yatayo Piruddha. Many people they try to attain the Supreme Lord, but it is not that much easy. But you, Shroto Ganathavarnam Bhajavasudevam, you engage yourself on the service of the Lord. These four Kumaras, they says to Prithu Maharaj. Prithu Maharaj already saw the Lord and he has got that love and affection to the Lord, engaged himself in that life, and then he gave the instructions to all of his kingdom and subjects. And later on, four Kumaras came, they also stressed the same point, what Prithu Maharaj was already on that transcendental platform. How beautiful it is again. Later and again, he worships them. And then instead of whenever any guests are coming and speaking Bhagavatam or about the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we receive them with nicely giving us and washing their feet and then sprinkling the water on top of our head and then taking the remnants of their food. So in such a way we receive, and again there we offer some gifts as well, as much as we can. At that time, Prithu Maharaj he says, "We are all, even though I am king, but I am taking the remnants of the Brahmanas, and this kingdom not belongs to me. This rishis, whenever my father, this is Vena, whenever from his body, these rishis, they have churned his body. I have emanated from them. So my body belongs to those people, those Brahmanas. So I do not have anything. So I am offering, I don't know what to, I don't have anything to offer him because everything belongs to the Brahmanas." Then four Kumaras are very, very pleasing with the behavior of this Maharaj. So that is the loving relationship between the devotees as well. All are on the transcendental platform. Even though when the sanghas are going on, one person speaks, other person hears. So whoever is hearing, they're also in that devotional service. Whoever is speaking, they're also in the devotional service. But here, katha is going. Madhashriya katha mrushtaha, shrinvanti katayanti cha, tapanti vividastapa, naitan madhyata chetasaha. Because they are completely absorbed. They do not feel any of these material miseries. There are so many problems. Tapanti vidastapa, naitan madhyata chetasaha, giving themselves, pratatmano prata pradam shabhaktihi, anichitomi gatim anviyam prayamte, losing their heart to Krishna completely. That is complete absorption. Okay, so though it is a small purpose, but we went into a little bit more. Okay, so here four Kumaras, they wander all over the universe to preach devotional service. From them, this Kumara Sampradaya has emanated, where Nimbarkacharya is the spiritual master leading guru there. He has received those instructions from four Kumaras directly. When he was in the, I think, once he was in some kind of that where many trees, those trees are, I think, bilwa trees. There, Lord Shiva has appeared. So soon you will be seeing the four Kumaras, and they are going to give instructions or preaching devotional service. So Nimbark Acharya has received from directly from the four Kumar. That is how Kumara Sampradaya started. Okay, that is from the Srila Prabhupada's purport. So here Brahma started speaking about the four Kumaras. And the four Kumaras, they are the first incarnation of the Lord. Saeva Pradmam Devaha Kaumaram Sargamasritaha Chachara Dusharam Brahmacharyam Akanditam. They always engage themselves in the, they are Naistika Brahmacharis and 5 years old. And this is Sayo Pradmam Devaha. Kaumaram Sargam Ashrit. They're always in the Kumara, Sargam Ashritaha. Chachar Dusham Brahmacharyam Akanditam. Without any cessation, they're always in the Brahmacharya. That is the first incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Out of 22 incarnations, that's what Goswami has mentioned. Okay, that is from this purport. We shall go and recite this shloka. Can I request devotees to repeat line by line, please? Brahma Uvacha
Brahma Uvacha
Manasami Sutayushmat
Manasa me
Same Sutayusmat
पूर्वजाः सनकादयः
Purvajaha
Purvajaha
Sanakadayaha
Sanakadayaः
चेयुर्विहाय स लोकान्
Cheru Vihaya
Vihaya
Saloka
Saloka
लोकेषु विगतस्पृहाः
Lokeshu
Lokeshu
Spruhaha
Vigatasprahaha
अगेन् ब्रह्म उवाच
Brahmavacha
Brahmovacha
मानसा मे सुतायुष्मत्
Manasame Sutayusmat
Ayusmat
पूर्वजाः सनकादयः
Purvajaha
Purvajaha
Sanakadayaha
Sanakadayaः
चेरुर्विहाय स लोकान्
Cheru Vihaya Saloka
लोकेषु विगतस्पृहाः
Lokeshu Vigatasprahaha
Once more. मानसा मे सुतायुष्मत्
Manasame Sutayusmat
पूर्वजाः सनकादयः
Purvajaha Sanakadayaः
चेरुर्विहाय स लोकान्
Cheruho Vihaya Saloka
लोकेषु विगतस्पृहाः
Lokeshu Vigatasprahaha
You can do this, right? Prabhavati Sachi Mataji, will you go first, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Brahma Uvacha Manasame Sutayusmat Purvajaha Sanakadayaha Cheruho Vihaya Salokan Lokeshu Vigatasprahaha. Thank you.
Very nice, thank you, Mataji. Gauringi Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Okay. Manasa me sutayusmat purvajaha sanakadayaha chirurbhyahaya salokal lokesu vigatisprahaha. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Very nice, thank you, Mataji. Usha Mataji, please.
ब्रह्मोवाच मानसा मे सुतायुष्मात् पूर्वजाः सनकादयः चिरविहाय सा लोकान् लोकेषु विगतस्पृहः
Very beautiful, thank you, Mataji. And Devashish Prabhuji and Mampi Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Brahma Uvacha Manusha me Shuta Usmat Purvasha Shanadayaha Chirurvaishasya Lokal Lokeshu Vigatas Prahaha. Haribol.
Very nice.
Brahmavacha Manasa me Sutayusmat Purvajasanakadayaha Cherurvihaya Salokat Lokesu Vigatas Prihaha.
Very beautiful, thank you, Mataji and Prabhuji. Meena Mataji, please.
ब्रह्मोवाच मानसा मे सुतायुष्मात् पूर्वजाः सनकादयः चिरुर्याय सा लोकान् लोकेषु विगतस्पृहा
Very nice, thank you, Mataji. Jai Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. Brahma Uvacha Manasa me Sutayushmat Purvajaha Sanakadayaha Cheru Vihaya Saloka Lokeshu Vigataspraha. Hare Krishna, thank you.
Very nice, thank you, Mataji. You want to go once again, Mataji?
Yes, please, thank you. You always sometimes feel like you read the minds of people. Thank you. Brahma Uvacha Manasa me Sutayushmat Purvajaha Sanakadayaha Cheruhu vihaya sa lokal lokeshu vigata spruhaha. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Anyone wanted to go? Once more? Devotee?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, can I try Mataji's tune, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji.
Brahma Vacha Manasami Sita Yusma Purvachaha Sanakandaya Chiruvihaya Saloka Loke Suvitata Svaha. Sorry, Mataji, I have to follow you. I don't know. Just must have to. Manasami Sita Yusma Purvachaha Sanakandaya Chiruvihaya Saloka Loke Suvitata Svaha.
Mataji will
I
repeat like
can't
this
get
time.
the tune, Prabhu. I can't get the tune.
Yeah, it is very subtle tune, Mataji.
Yeah,
Sometimes
I can't get
devotees,
the
their
tune.
natural tune would also get interfere with Mataji's tune and it will go different way. We'll hear Jai
Because
Mataji.
every tune is transcendental. We like all the tunes because it's spoken so sweetly from the devotees. So it doesn't matter. But
Yes.
the way it goes is Manasa me sutayushmat
Manasame Sutayusma
Ayushman,
purvajaha sanakadayaha
Purvajaha Sanakadayaha,
cheruhu vihaya salokal
Devurvihaya Salokam,
lokeshu vigata spruhaha.
Loketu Vigatas Prahaha.
Prabhuji, is this, I know this is Gaurang Darshan Prabhuji's tune, but has he, did he do it by himself or was there already some original one?
No, not sure, Mataji.
Ah, yeah. I just thought maybe it might have come down from some Vedic or something, yeah.
Anyone want to go? Devotee?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. May I
Yes, Mataji, please.
Manasami Sutayusmat Purvajaha Sanakadayaha Chirurvihaya Salokan Lokesu Bigadisprahaha. Hare Krishna.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Manasami Sutayushman Purvajaha Sanakadayah Chirurvihaya Salokan Lokeshu Vigatasprahaha. Very beautiful song. What about Sachi Mataji? Would you like to try Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Manasami Sutayusmat Puravajaha Sanakadayaha Cheruhu Vidaya Salokan Lokeshu Vigatasprahaha. Sorry, Puja, I can't go in another tune. But it's very nice to hear. Thank you so much.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. That is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Mataji.
Brahma Vacha Manasame Sutayusma Purvajaha Sanakadaya Chiruvihaya Saloka Loke Suvigata Swaha.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Yeah, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srila Prabhupada said daily letter. Okay, today letter to Tamala Krishna, July 3rd, 1971, Los Angeles. Can I request Jai Mataji to read this letter, please?
Yes, Hare Krishna. My dear Tamal, sorry, before I start, I just wanted to ask Prabhati Mataji, if you are going to leave, do you want to read the letter, Mataji?
No, Mataji, you please carry on. Hare Krishna.
Okay. My dear Tamala Krishna, please accept my blessings. The books in India should not be sent to USA. The contract for distributing our books was a pseudo contract, so it was cancelled. So the books must be distributed in India. There is no use in sending the books back here. So you must distribute these books, and so life membership distribution program must be vigorously done. In LA, they have not yet received the 24-inch brass deities. How is that? Jayapataka Swami told me that they were taken to the shipping go down. But what happened next? Please clear up this matter immediately. As of yet, I have not heard from you concerning our Mayapur program. Is the fence being constructed? What news of Indira Gandhi? Please let me know. I'm very anxious to hear from you in this connection. One more thing is that you can immediately dispatch 100 more sets of the beads gotten in Mayapur and send them to London immediately. Just now in LA, I have initiated 40 new devotees, and so the beads are going quickly. Yes, hoping this will meet you in good health. Your ever well-wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. And then there is a letter to Andre Duet, Los Angeles. My dear Andre Duet, please accept my greetings. I am due receipt of your very kind letter dated 12th June 71 and have noted the contents. I'm so glad to hear that you would like if we could open one branch of our International Society for Krishna Consciousness there in Cape Town, South Africa. That would be very nice. So if you can arrange for our reception, we may go there immediately. And even I may go on my way back from India and we can establish one center. Undoubtedly, this moment is very sublime and anyone who takes to it becomes happy. There are so many spiritual groups, that is all right, but actually their method cannot help us to make real spiritual progress. This Krishna consciousness movement is completely different and completely sublime at the same time, and very easy to take to also. Anyone who takes to it seriously, their life will become perfect. Hoping this will meet you in good health. Yours sincerely, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Any summary points, Mataji?
Summary points. I didn't understand something. I think it's in the beginning bit, but I will just, whatever I've understood, I'll speak, and whatever I have not, you will have to fill in, please. So the first bit is the one that I didn't understand about the pseudo contract. That bit I didn't understand. But I think he's mostly saying here that the membership program should go on. In fact, more so, because that is the way to generate money and get more people into Krishna consciousness as well. And that will help support the movement and help also to do other things, distribute books and other things. But the membership program is a must and should be done quite a lot. Then he's wondering where the deities have gone, because they are like quite big brass deities ordered, and that has been going on for a while. And Jayapataka Swami has already personally been to the go down where they're doing the shipping. So why has it gone missing? He can't understand. So he wants Tamal Krishna Prabhuji to investigate and come back quickly. So then, because that's all for LA, then the Mayapur program, he also, there was this talk previously as well about the fence. Don't spend too much on your money on the fence, keep it simple, it will grow and all that. So what is happening? Has it been constructed and not? See, just wants an update. There was also talk about inviting a high, someone from the ministerial or someone high up. So like Indira Gandhi, is she coming on, I think it was 15th of August, they wanted to do the inauguration. So is she coming or not? So there's no news either, because they obviously want someone from high up, because then people would follow. If they will see someone, then they will follow that person. Then also there is this thing about he wants the beads to be sent quickly, because he's initiating a lot of devotees, and the beads are being used up quite a lot. So he wants more beads to be sent quickly to London, because he's doing a lot of initiation through the post as well, as we can see. So yeah, and he is also going there as well, so he can do that. Then the second letter is to Andre Duet. Prabhuji, if you can go further down. I think this one was about the Prabhuji must have mentioned that he was keen to open a center in Cape Town. So Prabhupada is very encouraged to hear that, and he says yes, he would like to, because obviously his main aim is to spread Krishna consciousness far and wide. Cape Town, South Africa, was a troubled time at that time, as we know. Going through apartheid, lots of lots of fighting, political fighting going on. People were always living in fear and not allowed to express too much. So I think it's a difficult place, but so he's feeling quite happy that someone has wants to help out and open a branch. And he's saying that if you do that, then he would also come there personally on his way back from India. So he says Krishna movement is a very sweet, sublime movement. Because, and we know that ourselves as well, that, well, I am talking about myself as well. Not only was I in demigod worship, my other religion was something completely different. And then it's only after coming to Krishna consciousness that, I finally felt that I've found something and become very happy. So he's saying here that anyone who comes to Krishna consciousness, they become very happy. Why? Because it's very simple to follow. As long as you follow the basic things, chanting and regulative principles, there isn't much that they want. They don't want all this too many rituals, too many other things that you need to do, but just follow simply. Even by being simple, you can come to Krishna consciousness. So he's saying that, your people's life will become perfect, but only if they want to take it seriously. If people don't want to take it seriously, then it will take a long time. But people who see the beauty in this and they want to progress and save themselves, then it will help them to become perfect as well. So that's what I've understood, Prabhuji. I do know that in future this center, from my understanding, didn't work out. Obviously, we'll come to that in few years' time. And I think mostly because of the issues in South Africa at that time. As we know, also Nelson Mandela was there for a long time in prison, and things were politically was not a safe place. So, but at least they endeavored. They wanted to start. Sometimes you start something, give it a go, and if it doesn't work out, that's fine as well. And sometimes things don't work out. And in this case, I think it was not because of the political problems. They didn't have enough manpower, because to manage any center, it's not just establishing, it is about managing it, about attracting people to come. And if there are people are living in fear, they wouldn't be able to come too quickly. And also there are so many religions over there, in South Africa. There is Indians and the Muslims and Christian, all sorts. So sometimes it takes time to infiltrate all those and attract people. And yes, and to manage as well, you need manpower for prasadam, for making all the food, for deity worship, so many things. So yeah, it takes time. But at least they started it, and that was their hope, their vision. I think then probably later on they might have done it, but for in early few years they were struggling. But yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. I didn't understand the first bit. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Very nicely summarized. Pseudo contact is distributing books. It's like if you have books there, you send it here when we don't have, and we distribute here. When we have what, we will distribute there. So I think that is kind of thing. Otherwise, I don't know much about it, Mataji. So
Yes, thank you. Hare Krishna.
that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. Okay, we shall move to Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, we are in the second chapter. It is the content of Gita summary. So this is where Arjuna is crying Asru Purnakulekshanam Vishidantam Idam Vakyam Uvacha Madhusudanah. Generally, whenever demigods praying to Lord Brahma, and Lord Brahma smilingly he answers. And Krishna also, in so many conversations, whenever Arjuna asks, he smilingly speaks. Here, whenever Arjuna is tam tata krupaya vishtam ashurupurnakulekshanam vishidantam idam vakyam uvacha madhusudana. And Arjuna is crying with so much of lamentation, tears in his eyes, sitting there, leaving bow and arrows aside. So in such a mood, Krishna, became a bit serious. Kutastvakashmalamidam vishime samupasthitam anarjustam asvargyam akirtikaram. Immediately one becomes serious. So here there is no smiling face means, so we understand here the words coming from Krishna is like a Kutastvakashmalam, where does you have got this Arjuna in this serious time? It is a time to fight. You are crying and sitting here. So it is to bring him up, to appraise him. It is not easy thing. So first of all, Krishna is in a friendly manner. Kutaswakashmalamidam vishame samupasthitam anarjyastam asvargyam akirtikaram Arjuna. Just trying to awaken him. Klabhyam masma gamah partha. So where does this importance come into you? Partha naitat na etat tvai upapadhyate. And where does it is not befitting you, O Arjuna? And in a serious way, it is not smiling. In a serious way, he is trying to encourage Arjuna to go, wake up and then fight. Shudram Hriday Daurbhalyam. Where does this weakness in your heart came into? Chaktva Uttishta Parantapa. Just to stand up and then fight. Chaktva Uttishta Parantapa. So this is giving up all these things, get up and fight. Oh, just raise up the enemies. Parantapa. Likewise, Krishna started. Now Arjuna again further he is responding to Krishna when Krishna says, now here people other side so many people are assembled there. It is they do not of course there is a wait for the leaders to commence the starting of the battle. But until that point, Krishna giving all instructions, everyone has to wait for the start of the battle. But everyone are watching there. So at that time, Arjuna is saying to Krishna, saying that how can, oh Krishna, I would kill my grandfather in this, and also my Guru Dronacharya and Bhishma or Madhusudana. And is it appropriate if I just throw the arrows on top of these respected personalities who are worshipable to me? Likewise, he started speaking to Krishna. Okay, we are in the Bhagavad Gita, second chapter, fourth shloka. Arjuna Bhuvacham Katam Bhishmam Aham Sankhe Dronam Cha Madhusudanam Ishubhihi Pratiyoshyami Pujarhi Varisudanam. So Katam Bhishmam Aham Sankhe. Katam Bhishmam. Arjuna is saying, Katam, he is Ishubhihi is with arrows. Pratiyoshyami, I shall throw and contract. How can, so Katam Ishibihi Pratiyoshyami. How can I just use arrows contracting my respected grandfather and Bhishmacharya, Dronacharya? Katam Bhishmam Aham Sanke. Bhishmadeva, Aham and myself, Sanke in the Kurukshetra battle, in the fight, Dronam cha and also Dronacharya, Madhusudana, go killer of Madhu, Isibihi Patiyochyami. How can I use these arrows contacting my grandfather, Bhishmacharya, and my Guru Dronacharya? They are all Pujarha Varisudhana, Pujarha. So they are those who are worshipable. Puja Arhav, those who are worshipable. Harisodhana, O killer of the enemies. Okay, likewise, Arjuna answering to Krishna when Krishna is bit uh, chastising way to Arjuna at that time in the beginning. So now Arjuna is asking questions, putting his reasons one after another. So far, so he spoke lots of philosophy. So Varna Sankara and about the children, women, and then the family traditions, Kula Dharmaha, Jati Dharmaha, and again the Neet Narake Neetam Vasu. I will go to the hell also. Likewise, after that, I'm killing my own people. Let them kill me. I don't fight. So and then giving so many things again, Krishna was a bit angry. Angry in the sense he is speaking because Arjuna was crying with the tears in his eyes when the time of fighting. So Krishna was in a chastising way. Where does this klaibyam, so impotence came? Arjuna is giving these reasons. How can I kill my grandfather and Bhishmacharya and Dronacharya? Sometimes it is when we realize this one, we also feel so much of pain in the heart, how he is going through. It is not only he himself, everyone goes in their life, in their own problems, in their own journey of life. So Katam Bhishmam Aham Sanke Dronam cha Madhusudana Ishubihi Prasayokshami Pujarho Arisudana. Translation. Arjuna said, O killer of enemies, O killer of Madhu, how can I counteract with arrows in battle men like Bhishma and Drona who are worthy of my worship? Purport by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can you request any devotees to read the purport, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Purport by Divine Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Respectable superiors like Bhishma, the grandfather, and Dronacharya, the teacher, are always worshipable. Even if they attack, they should not be counterattacked. It is general etiquette that superiors are not to be offered even if a verbal fight. Even if they are sometimes harsh in behavior, they should not be harshly treated. Then, how is it possible for Arjuna to counterattack them? Would Krishna ever attack his own grandfather, Ugrasena, or his teacher, Sandipani Muni? These were some of the arguments offered by Arjuna to Krishna. Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you, Mataji. So here, in the similar context, whenever a Kshatriya is asked to do gamble, one should not hesitate. When he is asked to fight, he should not hesitate. If we observe a little bit further beyond this 14 years back, again before Kurukshetra battle, in the after the Rajasuya sacrifice, and they were living happily, Yudhishthira and his brothers, and then Duryodhana became envious, and Dhritarashtra, with the help of Dhritarashtra, he made a plan to invite them for a gambling match. And Vidura was sent by Dhritarashtra and inviting Yudhishthira to perform gambling match. There, Yudhishthira, after hearing everything, he assessed we have to respect the fathers, Dhritarashtra, he is at a fatherly level. And another father, Vidura. Both personalities are on the father level. They are brothers of Pandu only. So here, when they're asking, he should not hesitate but he gives all the reasons. He gives all the reasons, and then uh, if I play the gambling match, so many undesirable outcomes would come, and there may be a fight and a clash. Uh, but still, he accepted because the elders said, the father level, Vidura and Dhritarashtra, they have said, on that purpose only, I agree. It doesn't matter whatever comes, I will do it. As a matter of duty, I will do it. And here in the Kurukshetra battle, because there, what is the purpose there? It is a general dharma, as a general dharma. One has to live like that, following instructions of the elders. Now whenever it comes to the Kurukshetra battle, the purpose is to fight. In the general, the purpose is to follow dharma. In the Kurukshetra battle, purpose is to fight. But here, though elders like Bhishma and Drona, though throw the arrows, oh, they are my fathers, so let them throw, I will accept. That is not the dharma because the purpose is different. So Yudhishthira's purpose is the way of living, that is dharma, is right. Here, if Arjuna says the same thing, okay, let Bhishma is throwing, even though they are sometimes harsh in behavior, I should not reciprocate in a similar way. But purpose is different. It is battle means it is a fight. That is dharma, yuddha dharma. But here Arjuna is going back like a normal way. Like how can I counteract those Bhishma and Drona? Thinking that he is not in the battlefield. Okay, so here respectable superiors like Bhishma and grandfather and Dronacharya and teacher are always worshipable. Even if they attack, they should not be counteracted. Sometimes they may also, unless there is a purpose is established, one should not fight. Unless there is a purpose is established, one should not fight. So this is very important when we are trying to, but without establishing the purpose, if you are trying to argue and do something that there is implicitly one may think that, oh, he is understanding, I am understanding. So it is not that, like, one should not do like that one. First establish the purpose, then start the conversations and start the actions. Otherwise, it will bring so many other conflicts, consequences. We may think that other person might know, or other person may be thinking I might know, but that is, we cannot simply assume or presume. It will bring so many problems. So first of all, establish the purpose. Is this the general dharma or the purpose of yuddha dharma? Is the friendship, is a mother dharma, father dharma? Establish. When we speak the father as a mother, as a father, I am telling, as a matter of duty, as a father, as a matter of duty, as a wife, as a matter of duty, as a husband. We establish dharma, and then we speak whatever is required to speak. And take it or not take it, it is opposite how they take it. But first of all, establish the purpose and then start the conversations. So here, Yuddha Dharma is there, and for Yudhishthira, that Dharma was there as a natural Dharma, follow the rules. There was no purpose at that point of time. Means it is natural Dharma. We have to follow the elders. And also purpose of gambling as well. Gambling means whenever he was invited, he should not reject. Plus, it is also father is also asking. And also because father also said, that is Dhritarashtra, and they are all saying, we are here to assure that to prevent any bad things would happen, to prevent from any bad things happen. But they did, even though they say, but they did not keep their words. They have waited until consequences gone beyond. Everyone are insulted. Pandavas were insulted. Their wives was insulted. Their kingdom was stolen in inappropriate way. Everything, even though Dhritarashtra mentioned, we are here as elders. We make sure that nothing bad would happen. But they missed that one. They could not retain it because they have got the Duryodhana, who always thinks in a mischievous plans. So here Arjuna is saying, even if they attack, they should not be counteracted. So it is general etiquette that superiors are not to be offered even a verbal fight. This is a dharma of a children. It is a dharma of a children. And if they are sometimes harsh in behavior, they should not be harshly treated as well, because parents, they always say speak only for the auspiciousness of their children only, because they give their time, their life, they feed, they shelter, food, clothes, and everything they do for their children. So because of all these reasons, even the justice, whatever they have done before when they were children, when children doesn't know anything about the world, they have protected the children. And they are always, that kind of mode will never go away. I mean, it will never be disturbed or deviated. It will always be there towards the children. But when the child grows up and knowing that, oh, I know this one, and learning here and there from internet or from the school, picking from that friend, this friend, and then they will come and try to argue. But that is the behavior of a child. But when the child is learned from the parents the good etiquette, then he should not give a verbal fight. If child is not properly educated, then he will argue and then he will conflict and then he will put up into so many problems later on. But in the general etiquette, he should not offer any fight, because the parents have given their time, their all of their life to the children in other way. So here, because when Arjuna was a child, children, Arjuna, Pandu, these Pandus, children are very young at the time. Arjuna was sitting on the lap of Bhishma and then thinking that father, father, and holding his beard and then thinking that hugging him and playing with his grandfather. Think he used to call, and Bhishma Dev used to, I'm not your father, I'm your father's father. In such a that loving relationship was there, that how much love they have got, Arjuna and Bhishma Dev. It is always pleasing. Now it is a time for Arjuna remembering all of those things. Um, to use this Ishubhi Pratyosami to contact with the arrows on so such respectable people. It's a conflict of the interest in the Yuddha. This is Yuddha Dharma needs to be followed, but their loving relationships are coming. It is not very easy. So here, would Krishna ever attack his own grandfather, Ugrasena, or his teacher, Sandipani Muni? So these were some arguments, because if we see this side, uh, from Krishna, he never say anything opposite to Ugrasena or his father Vasudeva, and he never sought any fights. But if we observe at the end, Krishna, he would not. This is like all the Yadu dynasties fighting among themselves, each other, taking the steeds, iron steeds, which were grown at the banks of the Prabhasa Kshetra. They're fighting each other, starting from Krutavarma and Satyaki, and Pradyumna was at the side of Satyaki and Krutama. There was a fight and killing. Satyaki killed Krutavarma, Krutavarma killed later on, and the Krutavarma friends, they have fought with Satyaki and killing Satyaki, and then later on, even Pradyumna was also killed, and Krishna took some of those steeds and then fighting and killing them. After doing something, everyone are his friends. So there, that is, it was a time. The purpose is to wind up the pastimes. So always the purpose, it takes the higher priority. So purpose of father, purpose of mother, purpose of husband, purpose of wife, purpose of a son, and purpose of Yuddha Dharma, Yuddha, and purpose of natural general etiquette. So purpose is very, very important. So human life is meant for the spiritual realization, understanding everything. What is the purpose of human life? It is go back to Godhead. So during this time, we may face so many things, but purpose is very, very important. So here some of arguments that Arjuna might be contemplating is Prabhupada is mentioning. There were some of the arguments offered by Arjuna to Krishna. How can I can use these arrows on top of these worshipable personalities like grandfather Bhishma, Dronacharya, who are worshipable? Very insight is very, very beautiful. Whenever Arjuna is mentioning Katam Bhishmam Aham Sankhe Dronam Cha Madhusodana Ishubihi Pratiyochami Pujarihi Varisodana. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Okay, the rest of yeah, from the announcements point of view. So today is Sunday, there are no evening events apart from evening japa at 6:30 p.m. And dear devotees, if you have got any questions here, anything of thoughtful or comment or reflect, kindly ask or kindly reflect.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. May I have a quick question? Sorry, I'm still trying to understand. And you explained so beautifully everything. So I'm just trying to think that here the Yudh Dharma is taking precedence over his family.
Yes.
Okay. So even if, so like you said, he's a grandfather and he had a loving relationship and everything. But now that the so the Yudh Dharma was actually started on the wrong footing, wasn't it, by Dhritarashtra? They wanted it.
Yes.
So it's because of that now that he has to stand up.
Yes, yes, Mataji.
Okay.
Any other questions there? Okay, so that is from Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so for now we shall move to the Ramayana part.
Prabhuji, sorry about this. One more question. It's not to do with this though, but it was a slight confusion on my part. I didn't stay long yesterday, but so there were two things being said. One is that we don't need to do demigod worship. And the other thing is that the 5 yagnas on a daily basis need to be done. And that one of the 5 yagnas included demigod worship. And so the understanding on my part is that it should not be done independently, meaning that we should not be just thinking about them only, the demigods. Yes, and I read this as well, and I read the transcript. But because it said in the 5 yagnas was demigod worship as well as Pitru Deva. So in demigod worship on a day-to-day basis, what should we be doing? That's what I'm asking.
So this Panchamaha-yajnas. So every yajna means everything is meant for pleasure of the Supreme Lord. So devotees, they perform their deity worship and in the home and chant Hare Krishna, follow rules and regulations. That is Krishna consciousness. And devotee, these things, Brahma, he studies the Vedic injunctions, Vedic knowledge, secretaries, sacrificing in the, I think, 428 Bhagavad Gita, Dravya Tapo Yajna, Swadhyaya. This is again, it is mentioned somewhere. Let me just bring that one, the base.
Yeah, I was just getting confused. On one side, we are saying we don't need to, and the other side, it's saying you have to do it. So that was my confusion.
Yes, Mataji. So, Dravya Yajna, Tapo Yajna, Yoga Yajna, Tatapare, Swadhyaya Jnana Yajnasha, Yatayaha Samsita Vrataha. This is the fourth chapter. It is the transcendental knowledge chapter, where Krishna is giving. So, having accepted strict vows, some become enlightened by sacrificing their possessions, and others by performing severe austerities, by practicing the yoga of eightfold mysticism, or by studying the Vedas to advance in transcendental knowledge. These are different kinds of yajnas. This is Dravya Yajna, Tapo Yajna. And what is the other, the Pancha Mahayajnas? So this is Vedic studying of the Vedic knowledge. Deva Yajnas, sacrifice to the demigods. So we're respecting them. Because they're all appointed administrators in the universal affairs. So we respect them. But it is not necessary to worship them separately, but it's a sacrifice, offering whatever we offer the prasadam to the bhoga to the Lord, and then later on we share with everyone. And also that can be offered to, for example, Jagannath temple. First it is offered to the Lord, and then later on prasadam is given to goddess Durgama, Vimala Devi. So later on, that is called Devi, offering to all of the demigods, the prasadam of Jagannath. Okay, that is also yajna. And also offering the same prasadam to the Pitrus when they're offering the prasadam. So we all demigods, so we are offering, accept this prasadam. And before we consume it, we also offer it to the demigods. That is also one kind of sacrifice. And Pitru yajnas, offering the same prasadam to the forefathers. And both yajnas, offering same prasadam to the all the living entities like birds and so many other things. If we go to the temple, there they give the prasadam keeping outside of the Balipeetam. So Balipeetam in the temple, especially in the South India, around the temple there are Balipeetas, or maybe around couple of Balipeetas are there around the temple. They take the prasadam and keep on top of those Balipeetas. The birds, monkeys, and anything will come and then accept that one. That is Bali. That is both yajna. And at home also, when we have got something of the prasadam, we offer it to the birds or any other. So many things are there. They will come and eat and go. Keep some water and outside, whatever they accept it. And thinking that we are like one does not have to take to the deity worship all the time. Once he realizes that the Lord is present in everywhere, either it is cats, dogs, or even the trees also. So many things. If he has got that vision, he does not have to stick to the temple worship. But the temple worship is recommended until one come to that platform, transcendental platform, seeing the Lord everywhere. And so this both yajna is also like the one has to see the Lord in all those living entities, give whatever, share all of his things with others. And the Mansha yajna or Atiti yajna, this is also humans and guests. We invite other people as well into our home, and brahmanas or guests, and then offer whatever we have got, and then we honor the prasadam. Once we give all these things to all of them, then we honor the prasadam.
Thank you, Prabhuji. I think that makes so much sense now to me. Thank you so much. Yes. And once we've done that, then everything is covered. Yeah.
Yes.
The
Yes.
prasadam. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. And I also was not saying the prayers. We are meant to say the prayer as well before we honor, and I wasn't doing that. I was doing the prayer when, so I do the prayer when I offer it, the Namo Mahavadanyaya and all those other ones, but I don't do it when honoring it. So we have to do that as well, haven't we?
When we are honoring, this is the prasadam prayers. So that is also whenever we do it only for our sake, that is all right. But when other people are coming, new people are there, they are internally we may know it. So, but again, uttering this, offering these prayers, That is also needed, but not mandatorily when one is accepting only for himself.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because sometimes you have guests and yeah.
When guests are there, then we do it. Mahaprasade Govinde.
Govinda. Okay. Yeah, that prayer. Yeah.
In short prayers as well. Madhyahna Samaye Prasada Kale. Govinda Namasmana, Govinda, like this, just in such a way. After eating also, Krishna Arpana, Sri Krishna Parabrahma Arpana Mastu. Likewise, we also take them.
Sorry, is there a mantra, Prabhuji, you said?
It is Sri Krishna Parabrahma Arpana Mastu.
Parabrahma Arpanastu.
Parabrahma Arpana Mastu. I am offering to the,
Arpanamastu. Yeah.
yeah, I'm offering whatever I have done, it is meant for Krishna, who is Parabrahma.
Parabrahma Arpanam Astu.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sri Krishna Parabrahma Arpanamastu. Arpanam.
Arpana. Yeah, Arpanaha Astu.
Yeah, some people they say Krishna Arpanamastu.
Yeah.
And so some say Sri Krishna Parabrahma Arpanamastu. Parabrahma, adding Parabrahma before Krishna as well.
Okay. So where we can't say the full prayer, we can say this as well.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, thank you.
But at the end, it is Bhavagrahi Janardana. What is my mood? That is essential. Bhavagrahi Janardana. Krishna understands the intention of that devotee. Thank you, Mataji. Okay. Any other questions?
Yeah. Like so, as you say, like about the prasada, we have to cook with demigods separately, isn't it? As well? And then once you offer, and then offer like that.
Cooking food for demigods separately, Mataji?
So as in altar, like in the temple, we have to keep demigod like only Krishna and like Vishnu Tattva in one altar, and then we have to put demigod in separately, separate.
Okay, so whenever in the prime altar, Radha Krishna are there, and small demigods maybe on the bottom, in smaller sizes, like our acharyas are there, photo pictures are there. Likewise, we may keep in case yes, every home might be having different pictures.
Devi, like Kul Devi, like
Yes.
So we can put it in together, or we have to put it separately and then offer separately.
We don't need to offer separately. So here we are offering everything to Krishna. Krishna will distribute all of those demigods. They are also present on the altar.
Okay.
That Krishna, we are offering to Krishna. Yasmin Tushti Jagat Tushti.
Yeah. So, but some also keep their Pitru's photo. So it's okay to put Pitru photo at the same altar or separately.
Again, so one mode is important. So if I wanted to remember only Radha and Krishna, I would keep only Radha and Krishna altars. That is also sufficient. But when I have got already demigod pictures, I do not want it to keep separately. So keeping there, the mood is very important. It is personal to the devotee. Again, sometimes uh, forefathers pictures also. They do not want you to miss them as well. Just keep at the feet of the Lord so that they are also included. But the main primary focus on the Radha Krishna.
And in this mantra, you have just display here. Is that mantra you have to say?
Mantra is just only one, only for Namo Brahma, Namo Mahavadanyaya, one shloka, and Namo Brahmani Devaya, another shloka. And then maybe later you can may just say, Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu, and
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mantra also you can say the basic Chaitanya Prabhu, not that one, and also this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like obeisances.
Yeah, so the shlokas goes like that. First one is offering the spiritual master who initiated us. The first prayer, second prayer is go to his spiritual master. For example, in my case, I offer my uh, first prayer to Bhakti Vikas Swami, and next one is Srila Prabhupada. After that, um, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then later on, that is Namo Mahavadanyaya. After that, Namo Brahmanya Devaya Krishna, and then later on, Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu, invoking the compassionate features of the Lord, because we need lots of mercy. And then Radharani prayer, and then Vaishnava's prayer.
Radharani Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi.
Yes, yes, Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi, and then Vanchakalpa.
So when you offer all the prayers, you have to say.
With it. So as per standards, only our direct initiated spiritual master, and then his spiritual master Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Namo Mahavadanyaya, and then Namo Brahman. Only that much.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Only that much. But if we are needing invoking mercy, including further more prayers, like Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu, Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi, Vanchakalpa, and Krishnaya Vasudevaya, Namah Pankajinabhaya. What it can extend according to the devotee's desire, whatever he wanted to glorify. Glorifying the Lord is always beautiful and pleasing to hear.
And then Mahaprasad Govinda, that one before we eat, that one sloka, isn't it?
Yes, before we eat.
Okay. Thank you.
We don't have that much time, Govinda, and then Anata Prasad, Sri Krishna Paramahama.
Okay. Thank
Thank you, Mataji.
Thanks, Prabhuji. It's so nice you told us, because yeah, I was doing the first four, the usual one that we do, but I wasn't doing the Karuna, Hey Krishna Karuna, or Radharani's or any. So it's so nice that you are teaching us this thing. I don't know much about Krishnaya Vasudevaya. I need to look it up, and Namo Pankaja. That one I don't know either, so I'll look it up. Thank you.
The Kunti Maharani phrase, those
Yes, and there is it. Okay.
Yeah. Just including it is so pleasing. Just addressing who the Krishna is.
Okay. I'll look it up. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Again, if you have enough time, that is, you can add many prayers as you wanted. But when we don't have much time, uh, again, there's a Kala Vibhaga.
And once you do offer, you have to keep for 10 minutes.
Sorry, Mataji.
Once you offer prasadam, and then you have to keep it for 10 minutes.
Um,
How?
Again, it depends on the time. So generally, once we offer it to the Lord and offering those prayers, keep for some time, and then let the Lord glance and the food accept it, and then we come and then take the prasadam and honor the prasadam. Sometimes when there is not enough time, nowadays especially everyone are very busy offering prayers, and then just do Danur Pranam or Pranams to the Lord, and then uh, take the prasadam. Generally do it when there is not time and if people are in hurry going here and there. Well, that is again based on the circumstances. Desha Kala Vibhaga, based time, place, and circumstances. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, so we shall just go to the Ramayana. Thank you. If devotees have not yet did the breakfast, so kindly break the fast before 9:29. Okay, so we shall move to the Srimad Ramayanam. Um, So in the Ramayana, Hanuman is searching for Sita Devi, looking the beautiful that Lanka and everything opulences of Lanka, and also he is seeing so many of demons, how they are, and then mm, at that time he was checking in the Ashokavana. So he climbed onto the Shimshapati, and then observing in the Ashokavana where he spotted a woman. Uh, he spotted a woman there, and then who is surrounded by so many of these demons. And then this is Sita Devi. Mm. So he saw ponds of different shapes full of lotuses, sleeping swans. There were bathing pools with golden steps leading down to them, and the banks of fine sand made entirely of crushed pearls. Rivulets ran between silver trees, covered by flowers of gold. Fruits such as Hanuman had never seen hung from the uh, boughs of the trees. Everywhere the monkey looked, he was wonderstruck at the opulence. In the center of the garden, he came upon a large simshpa tree. He climbed to its top and gazed around in all directions, eager to catch sight of Sita. At a distance away, he saw a temple situated in a large grove of Ashoka trees. Those trees with their thousands of bright red blossoms appearing in every season seemed as though made entirely of flowers. Simply by looking upon those splendid trees, a man would feel his grief dispelled. It is very beautiful. Again, one does not have to see it by the eyes only. By hearing, the sound vibrations are more powerful than the eyes. When we hear this beauty through the sound vibrations entering into the ears, it will touch the heart, more powerful than seeing our eyes. Seeing means it needs the physical presence. It needs physical presence to go and situate yourself, and then situate yourself. It is limited by the time, place, and circumstances. Whereas sound vibrations, it will cross beyond those descriptions. Like I can hear these descriptions at any point of the time throughout the year without any restrictions. Very this sound goes, and then the heart feels so happy. But here, going present in front of those trees, our senses may be happy as well, and heart also feels happy. But here, main thing is sound vibrations. When hear the sounds, how beauty it is. A man would feel his grief dispel. So the lofty temple and trees was standing on 1,000 marble pillars. It looked like Mount Kailasa, Shiva's glorious abode. Steps of coral rose up to large terraces of refined gold. There are in the uh, Himalaya mountains. It is very beautifully described there. Whenever the Lord Brahma taking the demigods to Lord Shiva to asking for forgiveness, there they observe everything. जन्मौषधि तपो मंत्र योग सिद्धैः नरेतरैः जुष्टं किन्नरगन्धर्वैः अप्सरोभिः वृतं सदा नानामणिमणैः शृङ्गैः नानाधातुविचित्रितैः नानाद्रुमलतागुल्मैः नानामृगगण आवृतैः नाना अमलप्रश्रवणैः नानाकन्दरसानुभिः रमणं विहरन्तीनां रमणैः सिद्धयोषिताम्. It is a glorifying Mount Kailasa there, which is the source of Janmaushadi Tapo Mantra Yoga Siddhaihi Naretaraihi. It is the birthplace, the Himalaya mountains, where Mount Kailasa is one of it. So that glorifying, that is the place for Janma Aushadi Tapo Mantra Yoga Siddhaihi, birthplace of everything. For the medicines or yoga siddhis, mantras and everything, that is the birthplace. and also birthplace for Naretaraihi, not only the human beings. There Justara Kinder Gandharvaihi, Apsarobihi, Vrutam Sada, Apsaras, Kinnaras, Gandharvas, demigods, and that place is Nana Manimanihi, Srungaihi, Nana Dhatu Vichitritaihi. Dhatuhu, refined gold, so many of those things, Vichitritaihi, and so many of trees which are having beautiful creepers, blossomed creepers, and very nice animals. Nana Mruga Gana Avrutaihi, deers, rabbits, and so many varieties of animals. Nana Amala Prashavanaihi, Nana Kandra Saunabihi, the very fresh water always flowing there. Nana Amala Prashavanaihi, Nana Kandara Saunabihi, beautiful caves are within that mountains. And in those beautiful caves and in those areas, in a greenery, all the water is flowing, so many birds. The Ramanam Viharintinam Ramanaihi Siddhayohitam. All these women of these wives of these yogis, Siddhayohitam, or women who have like Siddhas and Yoshitam. Women also, they attain those powers. They wander under those areas. They're very beautiful birds like Mayura Keka Biritam Madandali Vimochitam, Plavitaihi Raktakantanam, Pujitaisha Patitrinam, and the birds with reddish necks, those they're cooing. It is very beautiful sounds, bird sounds. They say, coo, very beautiful sounds. It is very nice. We also just go and reciprocate those sounds whenever we hear. So those birds are sounding with a Ahvayantam Ivoddastaihi Bijan Kamadugaihi Drumaihi, on very big trees, spreading their branches, inviting all the birds to come and sit on our branches and eat all the fruits. In such a way, the trees are inviting. Ahvayantam Ivoddastaihi Bijan Kamadugaihi Drumaihi, come and fulfill all your desires, oh birds, sit on top of us. Likewise, the trees are inviting. Vrajantimeva Matangaihi. Grunantimeva Nirgaraihi. Just like the elephants, big groups of elephants are moving, whether the mountain is moving, it appears like that. When the elephants are moving, whether mountain is moving or not, likewise it appears. And Grunantimeva Nirgaraihi. And where the beautiful waterfalls are, the sounds are, recharging the entire environment, so much of bliss and happiness. It gives to the heart lots of happiness. And the flowers are given like Mandaraihi Parjataisha Saralaisha Upashobitam Tamalaihi Salatalaisha Kovidar Asanarjunaihi. Different trees, Mandara trees, Parjata trees, Saralaisha Upashobitam, and Chutaihi Kadambaihi. There are Chutaihi, the mango trees as well. Chutaihi Kadambaihi, Nipaihi, Nagapurnaga Champakaihi, Patal Ashoka Bakulaihi, Kundaihi Kurubakairapi. The Kunda flowers, the jasmines. Kundaihi Kurubakairapi. Swarnan Shatapatresha Vararenuka Jadibihi Kubjakaihi Mallikabhisha Madhavibhisha Manditam. So many beautiful flowers and golden lotus flowers and malati flowers, kubja flowers and mallika flowers, madhavi flowers. It is all beautifully explained, describing when we see the mountains, Himalaya mountains. The beauty of it, we always feel to be present there. But many people who lives in those areas and they are very busy in doing something else instead of experiencing it. That is, naturally, they are all part of it. So, and there are also different fruit trees are also described. Panasa Udumbar Ashwadha Prakshanyogrod Hingubihi, Bhujaihi Voshadbihi Pugaihi Rajapugaihi Jambubihi, Jumbo trees, which is like the plums very beautifully. It is inside it is very purple juice, and outside is a light of blackish skin. It is very tasteful. It comes in particular seasons. And Panasa is jackfruit, Udumbara, Ashwadha, Plaksha Nyagroda Hingubihi, Nyaguroda is the banyan tree. Bojaihi Voshadihi Pogaihi Rajapogaishi Jambubihi. Very beautiful, so many of those trees, because this is the place to know about the names of those trees exist. And Kajora Amritaka Amrajaihi, and this is dates, and then mangoes, and the Goa trees, and Priyala Maduka Ingudaihi. This is another trees names. Drumajatabihi Anyesha Rajitam Venu Kichakaihi. And the varieties of trees, Anyesha Rajitam Venu Kichakaihi. And there are bamboo trees. Rajitam Venu Kichakaihi, Venu Kichakaihi. And when their wind is blowing, they're rubbing each other, sound is coming. Rajitam Venu Kichakaihi. And there are so many of the flowers and the water ponds surrounded by flocks of birds. Kumud Utpala Kahla Rasita Patra Vanariddibihi Nalinishu Kalamkujat Kaga Brundopashobhitam. Kaga Brundopashobhitam. The bunches are flocks of birds. They are surrounding Nalinishu Kalamkujat. These birds are making sounds quack, quack, quack like that, and then making in their own way, they're enjoying in this and those ponds, nearer to those ponds. And different animals, Mrugaihi, Saka Mrugaihi, Krodaihi, Mrugendra, Rukshasalyakaihi, Gavaihi, Saravaihi, Vyagraihi, Rurubihi, Mahishadabihi. And different, and then there, this is Nanda, Alakananda, those rivers flow where Sati they used to take bath in those waters. And there also the Yakshakanyas, they take bath. ययोः सुरस्त्रियः क्षत्रः अवरुह्य सुदिष्ण्यतः क्रीडन्ति पुंसः सिञ्चन्चो विगाह्य रतिकर्षिताः. After having fun with their husbands, their consorts, and they come to take bath in those waters at the time. What they have got kunkuma, reddish kunkuma is on their bodies. It is mixed with the water turned into the reddish color. The elephants which are going there, they will come and try it, even they are not thirsty. Looking at the water is so sweet and by different color, they will come and drink it. Yoho tatsnana vibrashta navakunkuma pinjaram vitrushopi pibantyambaha payanto gaja gajihi. Even male and female elephant, they will come and drink. Even the vitrushopi pibantyambaha, they are not thirsty, they will drink. The beauty is glowing. And many demigoddesses, they will come in their airplanes and then they will spend time there. Tara Hema Maharatna Vimana Sat Sankulam Justam Punyastribihi Yatakam Sataridghanam. And it's mostly they are wives of the Yakshas. Okay, and again, the beautiful water ponds, the swans are also describing. Raktakantaka Ghanika Swaramandita Shatpadam Kalaham Sakula Preshtam Kharadhanda Jalasayam. Kalaham Sakula Preshtam. All this family of the swans will come there in those water plants, Swaramandita, and they make the beautiful sounds. The swaras is sounds of those birds. Shatpadam, very beautiful. Shatpadam is the these dragonflies are Shatpadam. They're also doing what is called buzzing sound. Is there on one side is the swans and Dakta Kantaka Ganika, these kokilas. They're cooing that very Dakta Kantaka Ghanika, their sounds. Okay, in such a very beautiful environment, it is described. Just hearing those sounds itself, one would feel lots of happiness. Vanakunjara Sangrushta Harichandana Vayuna Adipunya Janastrina Muhurunmada Yanmanaha. And the elephants are also being awakened by the smell of the so many of the sandalwood trees. Harichandana Vayuna Vanakunjara Sangrushta. They're also intoxicated elephants by the smell of these sandalwood trees. And also these women, wives of these Yakshas, Adipunya Janasrina, Muhur Unmada Yanmanaha, Unmada Yanmanaha. They're also being like agitated by the Cupid. So that is the beauty of those environment. So here, just bringing those things, this Shiva's glorious abode. So within this, that abode in the Himalaya mountains, Lord Shiva, he is meditating there. Mm, There it is. He is always speaking the Krishna Katha Bhagavatam to Narada Muni when he inquires questions, and Lord four Kumaras are present. So there is very beautiful descriptions in the Bhagavatam. So just bringing here into this Ramayana where we see Hanuman is seeing this Lanka instead of glorifying Lanka, we this Himalaya mountains where Lord Shiva and this Yakshas, Kuveras abode is Alakananda, Alakapuri. Outside of Alakapuri, this Nanda and Alakanand, Alakananda Nadi or Nanda, Sunanda, these are the rivers, okay, which are branches of Ganga river. And at Gangotri, so this Ganga river, I think that is the starting point for Mother Ganges. Okay, so that is for further descriptions. And then later on, Hanuman spotted a woman lying near the temple. She was surrounded by Rakshasas and tossing about on the ground. Hanuman leapt through the trees to take a closer look. The woman was clad in a soiled garment, but she was beautiful, like a diamond covered in dust. Her splendid body was smeared with dirt. She lay repeatedly sighing and seemed distraught, her face streaked with tears. Okay, so this is, I think, where we have to start. So Hanuman spotted that woman lying near the temple. So now we shall read further. And he observed Sita Devi, her face was sticked with tears. Sticked with tears. Okay, can I request dear devotees to read at least 2 paragraphs each devotee, please? Doringa Mataji,
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
would you like to read 2 paragraphs, Mataji?
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. This was surely Sita. Hanuman filled his heart leap with joy, but it was agony to see her in such a uh, was how to pronounce probably this one, such
Such
a
wretched condition.
no, probably first paragraph, last one.
This is like the eclipsed moon.
No, here to see her in such a
Such a wretched condition, Mataji.
wretched condition, appearing in every way like the eclipsed moon, all thought fallen to the ground and weeping. She separate about her golden luster and in a mighty web of grape. She seemed like a flame winded by smoke. Her dark eyes, with their long black lashes, darted about helplessly like those of a fawn snared by a hunter. So difficult words, probably everyone. Hanuman uh, gazed upon her. He recognized the celestial yellow garment he had seen waving in a breeze when Ravana had passed over the um, re- rice mukha, Rishimukha, nahi? Rishamukha. This was undoubtedly the lady seized by that demon. The monkey gazed with sorrow at the princess. How powerful and inscrutable was destiny. Sita was the daughter of a king and the wife of a invisible hero. Yet she was now suffering uh, torment. She was gentle king and always visitors under, uh, undeserving of any pain. How then had she been placed in such terrible circumstances? It was no conceivable. Sorry, Prabhuji, can I read?
Mataji, you did very nicely read,
Very
Mataji.
difficult.
But it is very sweet. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Okay, can I request other devotee to read next two paragraphs? Hanuman thought of them, two paragraphs.
Can I read, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Hanuman thought of Ram. How could he now best fulfill his Lord's purpose? Sita was difficult to approach because she was surrounded by hundreds of fierce Rakshasas. Hanuman examined them carefully. All of the Rakshasas were ugly and grossly misshapen. Some had one eye in their forehead, others had huge ears that covered their bodies. Some had hairs like boars, tigers, buffaloes, goats, deer, or foxes. Some had their head sunk into their chests. They were all sizes, some very tall, others dwarfed, humpbacked. Some had the legs and feet of elephants, camels, or horses. Some had abnormally long and twisted noses. Some had large pointed ears or pierced lion-like teeth. Others had hair down to their feet and hands with claws. The sight of the Rakshasas made one's hair stand on end. They clutched various types of weapons and stood or sat about Sita, watching in all directions. In their midst, the noble princess seemed like the moon uh, besieged by malevolent planets. Hanuman thought carefully. He remained hiding among the boughs of the tree. Dawn was approaching, and the sky to the east was beginning to lighten. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, so we shall move to next. Can I request Meena Mataji? Would you like to read two paragraphs, Mataji?
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Just that time Ravana was being awakened. Musical instruments were played and poets sang his glorious. The demons rose up with his hair and garment in disarray, still intoxicated by the strong liquor he had drunk the night before. Immediately he thought of Sita, quickly arranging his dress and adorning himself with every kind of ornament. Ornament. Ravana went out of his rooms toward the garden and made his way hastily to the Asoka grove. Behind him came 100 beautiful maidens, their large hips and breasts swaying as they struggled to keep up with him. They carried whisk with golden handles, all torched pitchers of wine, and white umbrellas and, and pure white umbrellas. Their gold their gold ornaments juggled together and flowers fell from their hair and garlands as they ran. Moving behind the demon, they appeared like a flashes of lightning following a cloud. Although he possessed great power, the evil-minded Ravana was a slave to his lusty desire. With his mind fixed on Sita, he passed through the golden gem encrusted arches at the entrance to the Asoka Grove. In a godlike human form, he headed straight for the place where Sita lay, lo- longing to get another sight of the divine princess. As he wo- walked, w- he walked, he composed poetic phrases in his mind to win Sita over. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. There, Mataji, would you like to read next two paragraphs?
Yes, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Hanuman, concealed in his tree, heard the tinkling of ankle bells approaching. He looked around and saw Ravana making his way along the path, illumined on all sides by bright torches. The demon moved quickly with his slanted coppery eyes, staring straight ahead. He was adjusting his upper garment of pure white silk, embellished with flowers and pearls. Preoccupied with his thoughts of Sita, he got his golden armlet entangled with his necklace of shining jewels, and he struggled to release it as he strode along the path. Hanuman remained completely still as Ravana passed by the tree where he was hidden. Once the group of women had passed him, however, Hanuman leaped down and silently followed them towards Sita. The monkey hid behind the trunk of a large tree close to Sita and cautiously peered around it to see Rama's glorious consort seated on the ground, trembling at the sight of Ravana approaching her. Her knees were drawn up to her chest and she held them tight with her arms. Hare Krishna, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, I'll read two paragraphs and then stop, and then later Jai Mataji would summarize. Okay, as Ravana appeared youthful and majestic, and who shone with a brilliant aura, stood before the princess. She looked miserable and stricken like a rose creeper torn from a tree and thrown to the ground. She appeared like a shattered faith, or a frustrated hope, or an abandoned treasure. She was covered with dirt, yet charming as a pure white lotus stained with mud. Weeping incessantly, she tossed about on the bare earth, her mind absorbed in thoughts of Rama. The Rakshasa king sought to seduce her as a fool would walk heedlessly toward a steep precipice. He gazed down at the forlorn Sita, who did not even glance up at him. With her palms folded, she prayed to Vishnu that he might soon bring Rama to her presence. Okay, there I stop. So we will see what Ravana is going to speak in the next weeks. For now, we will summarize this Ramayana part. Jai Mataji, would you like to?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, you know, when you speak, it's like, what is any need for the rest of us? But Prabhuji, I can't do things just give justice to, you know, as like you do. But I'll do, as you asked me, I'll do in a little bit of summary. So, so we see that Hanuman, when he comes first, he was looking so much for Sitaji, and he finds that Ashoka Vatika, and he comes there, and from far he sees that she's sitting there surrounded by Rakshasas. And so he obviously wanted to have a closer look at her, and he wanted to make sure it was Sita, and he could tell. So she was still, as you know, she was in her clothes, which were all torn. She had mud on her body. She had not taken bath or anything, because over there she had refused to go anywhere else. And and she was sort of like crying as well. And when he saw her, Hanuman was very overjoyed. So now he's thinking, he was overjoyed. He was thinking that, that Sita, that who was like a princess, a queen, and now she's sitting. I think we covered this last week, but I'm still going. That how could she be suffering? He was thinking that, even Rama, for he was looking at her and thinking that Rama gave up, did so much, went through so much for his wife Sita. So when he found out that she was captured, he went through, there was battle with so many demons and Rakshasas, and he came across Sugriva and Vali died. Even he met Hanuman. So many things happened just for this Sita, that he was thinking that Ram went through so much, so many obstacles himself, and even Hanuman himself, in order to find Sita, he went through so many obstacles. So many people, so many characters tried to stop him as well. But he overcame all that and is finally here. So for this Sita must be something, she is so elevated. So we can see that she was absolutely distraught, but her mind was still with Rama. So and he knew that Ram was also meditating on Sita. Sita was also meditating on Rama, and the two of them meditating on each other were keeping each other sort of like alive in a way. So even though she was on the ground weeping, her thoughts were always of Ram. But and there is beautiful description given here. Like here it's saying that flame intertwined with smoke. So sometimes the flame, there is smoke coming, and smoke is sometimes quite dark and black and all that. So we see that she was surrounded by all these Rakshasas. And here a fawn snared by a hunter. So we've seen, in my non-Krishna days, watching beautiful cartoons of deers and Bambi and all that. Beautiful deers, they're so lovable to look at. But when a danger comes their way, they're all stricken with grief and all that. So we see all that picture coming to mind. How he's thinking Sita, she's so full of luster. She was so full of luster, but here she was almost like all withering because of her torture. So he also remembers back chapters away that he remembers seeing her garment when he was in the Rishamukha mountain. So he sees and he knows that this is the lady that he remembers seeing. And she was so kind, and how can she deserve all this? How can she be going through all this pain? So now we come to all the descriptions of Rakshasas that Hanuman sees, all these ugly Rakshasas. And we sometimes think that these Rakshasas are not just outward, they are ugly. Inside as well, sometimes people are not in very pure mood or very clean themselves. So we see that there are all sorts of sizes, all sorts of we look at it and we get frightened. And similarly in our own life as well, sometimes all these Rakshasas come in forms of doubts, fear. Sometimes we go through our spiritual journey and we sometimes get doubts and fears. So they come in the form of all this ugliness, the Rakshasi form, anger towards other people, and so many other things, lust and jealousy. These things come in us as well. So I'm thinking not just outwardly people can be ugly, inwardly also sometimes all these things come, and especially in the spiritual journey as well, some of the things come as a barrier. So that's what we see. Hanuman is seeing all that Sitaji, the beauty, is surrounded by all the ugliness. So we also see that there is a description given about the lotus flower. And we know that a lotus flower, even in the mud, never gets stained. It remains so pure. And Sitaji as well, even though surrounded by all this ugliness, ugly Rakshasas who are always trying to intimidate her, try and stop her and bully her and overpower her, she's just staying quite firm and strong, because inwardly her one thing is just Ram, and that's what's giving her the strength. And we see again descriptions that like a moon besieged by malevolent planets. Sometimes, the moon is also beautiful. Moon is so calm, beautiful, but also gets covered by the clouds, dark clouds sometimes. And sometimes, in eclipse as well, we see all how it's covered. So beautiful description here as well. The author is Valmiki, and the author have done so much justice. Then we see Ravan. Ravan now, he is being awakened. So it's dawn. It says there is dawn at this time. And from the night before, he was full of intoxication, full of business that one shouldn't be doing. And he was drunk and from the night before, but he woke up very early. The one thought came to his mind was straight away Sita. And it wasn't a good thought, because here we see that Ram was full of lusty desires. So the first thing, instead of, in dawn, they say that dawn is a time when, because he was a Brahmana as well, dawn is a time where one should be meditating upon the Lord. It's a Brahma Muhurat. But here he is now completely in a different lusty thoughts of Sita, that how can I get to her? How can I, acquire her? So he's quickly arranging his dress and quickly coming out, running towards her. And we see so many beautiful maidens also running after him, carrying lots of things. So we see that. And we see that Ravan full of lust. Why is he full of lust like that? So in Bhagavad Gita as well, we see that the first thing that people get is that lust. The lust leads to the memory gets bewildered, and then eventually you get krodha, and then you lose, so all this karma, the karma. So he's surrounded by karma. He had so many wives, as you can see, and many wives. And where he didn't have wives also, he would just, on top of the wives, he would just go and kidnap other ladies and forcefully take them. So he was surrounded. His mind was always full of lust. So we that beautiful verse from chapter 2, the dhyayato vishyan pumsa. And then here we see that it raises karma, and then karma then smritir, his memory will get bewildered. So it becomes smriti vibhramaha, and then from that, then krodha will come as well. So, and then the buddhi, completely his memory will get bewildered. So all this we see, and he just is focused just on Sita, how to get to Sita, not in a good way, but in a bad way. So he's always meditating upon Sita in a bad way. And we've seen that as well, that he was used to meditate on Ram as well, how he can destroy him and all that. So, and we've seen that also with Kamsa doing the same thing, meditating in a wrong way, of Krishna. So, yes, so he's longing here that, and sorry, Prabhuji, did you stop here? Did you stop here at Sita over? Oh, no, so at the path. Health, yeah. So here he is also saying that when he's coming to her, he's already composing like a poem to entice her, to win her over. So while because his mind is always on Sita, he's always thinking how to look good to her so that she would fall for his charms. So already in his mind, he was like composing poetic phrases, as we can see, that to win Sita over. So this is where the buddhi is becoming bewildered, not going the right way. So it's overtaken by all this lust and calm and krodha. And now Hanuman is now sitting, concealing, because he had come to look for Sita, and he sees that Ravan is approaching and surrounded by all the bright torches, because obviously it's very dawn, a bit dark there, so we can see that the torches are being illumined, and Sita is preoccupied. He is preoccupied of the thoughts, as we see, and Sita also was when he sees, she becomes a bit starts to tremble even more when she sees that Ravan is approaching her. And deep down she knows that she was always thinking of Ram, but sometimes that patience that was making her feel a bit that how long would she have to keep on enduring this. So Hanuman was observing all this, what was going on through Sita, how she was behaving when she was seeing Ravan, and the knees are drawn up to the chest, so you can see that she didn't want to even contemplate talking or looking even at Ravana. So that was her way, her defense mechanism, in a way, that she is now closing herself to Ravana. Prabhuji, I can't think of much, but also in what else have I come? So reading Valmiki Ramayana side by side as well, this particular chapter, this particular episode. Yeah, so it's mostly about Ram and Sita both thinking of each other, how they're supporting mentally to each other, and it's just tolerance required. Prabhuji, you always mention of that titikshava that we need. And in the end, Sita knows that Ram, being the dharma, will protect her. But sometimes, when one has to go through a lot of pain, that endurance sometimes it does make you worry a little bit. Is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? When is it going to happen? When is Ram going to come? And Ravan himself as well, instead of thinking that Sita belongs to somebody else, I should let her be, he doesn't, because he's like, he wants to have her all the yeah, so we see that Sita ji is surrounded by ugliness, but she herself is beauty inside and out. So yeah, Prabhuji, I'll stop here. Sorry, I didn't add much, but not like you are just amazing how you do things. I mean, how it's written here as well. There's so many lovely descriptions of phone and creepers and moon and creeper. The creeper is like Sita. Sita is described as a creeper. Sometimes in our garden as well, we see a creeper and we take it off, and creeper has got a flower on it as well, but it's a creeper. When we take it off, that flower withers. So here we see Sita withering as well, but never still forgetting Ram. Prabhuji, I will stop there. Sorry, I haven't been able to at all do justice to how you do justice.
No, Mataji, you did very beautifully, Mataji. This is so nicely summarized, Mataji. So that is one-sided description of Ravanasura, how he is covered, surrounded by the beautiful woman, and still, even though surrounded by beautiful women, his mind is on pointing to beauty of Sita, his desire. So that is also in the Brahma Muhurta Yusman, Vibhavari Shesha, Aloka Pravesha. This is again Nidrichari Uthod. One has to wake up in the morning to sing the glories of the Lord, whereas here he is standing up and then going surrounding by the beautiful women, going towards the Sita, the goddess of fortune, who is thinking of only Ramchandra only. But he is going there to lord it over Sita Devi. Okay, that is again we have mentioned very beautifully, Mataji. Jhayato Vishyan Pumsaha Sangasteshopajayate Sangat Sanjayate Kamaha Kamat Krodho Abhijayate Krodhodbhavati Sammohaha Sammoha Smriti Vibhramaha Smriti Bhramshat Buddhinashat Buddhinashat Pranasyati. So likewise, he is making the plan for his own destruction, Pranasyati. So that is the starting from the lusty desires, always contemplating on the Sita, who does not belong to him. That is one side, and the other side, Sita Devi is always thinking of Ramchandra, even though she is covered with dirt, charming as a pure white lotus stained with mud. So this is another beautiful description of Sita Devi. And again here, with her palms folded, she prayed to Vishnu that he might soon bring Rama to her presence. So again, Rama in the Goloka chart, all the Vaikuntha planets, on top of the Vaikuntha planets, this is Ayodhya is there. On top of Ayodhya, there are further lokas, is like a Dwaraka Dham and Jagannath Puri Dham, Madhura Dham, and then Goloka Vrindavan. So this is Vrindavan Dham. So this is structure. So she is now praying to Sita Mata is praying to Vishnu that she wanted Rama to be present with her. Okay, so Rama is always staying in the spiritual abode of Ayodhya, which is again above the Vaikuntha planets. On top of that, topmost is the Vrindavan. Okay, there is spiritual planets like Madhura, Jagannath Puri, Dwaraka, and Ayodhya. Okay, so here, wherever she is, her focus is on only the lotus feet of Ramchandra, who is the embodiment of all transcendental good qualities. Okay, thank you so much, Mataji. So we shall open.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, I forgot to mention that one line also, that the Rakshasa king sought to seduce her. As a fool would walk heedlessly towards a steep precipice. So this one is more like, sometimes when there is a danger ahead, but somebody, a fool, doesn't know that there is a danger ahead. So like a cliff. They're walking towards a cliff, not realizing that it's quite steep and one would fall down. So here, Ravana, as a fool, because he's almost like inviting trouble now, isn't he? Because he's going towards Sita, not knowing that eventually it will bring him trouble because Ram is going to destroy him. That's what that description is there, because the way they do all these similes is so beautiful. Yeah, so that's just my understanding from that. Thank you.
Very nice, Mataji. Yes, many people, even so many people know if they go into the pit, they'll fall down. But though they are not, because the illusion covering their mind, that is smriti, and in a different, this is called some meditating on something else, and then going in that path, they'll fall into the pit. But actually, they know if they fall, they will die. But because their vision and thoughts are somewhere else, so that at that point of time, still he is walking. He is considered as a fool who would walk heedlessly. Very beautiful reflection, Mataji. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, that is from Ramayana. And the devotees, if you have got any questions, short questions, kindly raise or reflect.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yeah, Mataji explained so nicely, like point by point. It's really good, whole point to cover, and so nicely, and we learned something from what how she was saying for real life as well. So yeah, it was really nice. But like, I just went to hear there was something mentioned that Ravana was very fast, even their servant was not like, they have to run fast with her, like, so I didn't understand that bit, something like that.
Yeah.
So how come he got because he wanted to see the quick Sita immediately, like he was in that lust or like that, and that the other, like, servant, maid servant, or they are not keeping following up, following, like, because he was very fast, but then they are also running after behind him.
Yes, this beautiful woman around surrounding Ravanasara. Though so many hundred beautiful women are there, 100 beautiful maidens with their large hips and with beautiful body, uh, and they are going behind Ravanasara. But Ravanasara's mind, this is what happens because when we try to um, आपूर्यमानम् अचिलप्रतिष्ठं समुद्रमापः प्रविशन्ति यद्वत्. This is again Krishna says in the last sloka of second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Then even though so many rivers are entering into the ocean, does samudra, it is achalam, it does not move or fill. In the similar way, tadbhat kamayam pravishanti sarve sasanti mapnoti na kamakami. And even though for a lusty person, if he is trying to fulfill the desires, they will never satiate it. He wanted to fill more and more and more. What else I need to do it? Tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve sasanti mapnoti na kamakami. Whoever is stopping those desires, not trying to fulfill, he is fixed in his mind. And he is not disturbed. He is always happy. And he's got a santim, sasantim apnoti. He will attain the peace of mind. But if he is trying to fulfill those desires, then there is no peace at all. Even though he has got so many of beautiful maidens around him, but still he is hankering for more. I want more and more. This lust is there, it will drag. That's why na kurya sanga, na kurya in the Bhagavatam, Kapil Bhagavan says that one should not associate with such kind of person who has got a lusty desires. Uh, this is Yoshit Krida Mrugeshu, and who is a puppet in the hand of a woman. Who is a puppet in the hand of a woman. So likewise, he says, it's a very beautiful description to see again, to reflect what it means to us. Here, even though he has got so many beautiful men, he could be lusted. If it is a normal lust, normal just having only one wife, that's why our dharmas, Shastra, Sanatana Dharma, it says that you live, if you wanted to marry one wife. Marry if you are able to maintain many wives. So our Shastras mean there are many examples as well, but there is a willingness between husband and wife and to live happily according to the dharma. But here he wanted to enjoy someone's wife. That is not dharma. And again, plus it is the fire is blazed by putting so much of fuel, and he is already lusty, and he has taken someone's wife. Okay, so that's why it brings the calamity upon him. There, Kapila Bhagavan, he describes that one, saying that Sangam na kurya socheshu yoshit krida mrugeshu cha. तेषु अशान्तेषु मूढेषु खण्डितात्मसु खण्डितात्मसु असाधुषु sangam na kuryat. One should not associate with such kind of person. Here, whoever is in the living in the Lanka around Ravanasara's kingdom, they're all going to die soon. because even though some people are good, they will also be destroyed soon because the lusty desire of Ravana. Similarly, Duryodhana, he has got a greediness. He wanted to steal the kingdom of Pandavas. So that greediness, it has ruined all of Duryodhana family, all of his brothers and all relatives and so many other kings associated and friends of him. They are also gone. Yes, those women, though surrounding Ravanasura, his desire is not satiated. So they are trying to go behind. Ravanasura is going in a speed. So it is mentioned they struggle to keep up with him because they are going in that beautiful. They are always naturally beautiful, and they go slowly. But here Ravanasura is going a little bit quicker. Okay, rushing towards Sita Devi. Thank you, Mataji, your reflections and the comments on that.
Yeah, I was going to say, Mataji always asks beautiful questions, and we get to learn so much through that way as well. So thank you, Mataji, for asking.
No, you do very nice, but I thought like it's the because of the last year. So now I understand very nicely explain my coach. I just like one small things I want to add, like is that okay about Hanuman? Or we are time?
Yes, Mataji.
No, because there was, as I said, like there was a Hanuman Katha which is going on, like it's like so he was just mentioned that Hanumanji himself, like Shivji's Rudra avatar, and he was saying that when the Hanuman wants to, he was so Hanuman's one like hungry once when he was small, so he went after the sun god, and then he just caged and eat that sun god, and afterwards all the demigods were very difficult for them to breathe or anything like that, and then they went to the Pavan Devta, who's father of Hanuman. So they asked, help regarding that. And at the time, all Devta, as you say, like, if you want to please somebody, you have to please their children first, make them happy. And then parents all of a sudden like, please as well. So, so when Hanuman has taken this son, God at that time, Indra has to use his Vajra, and he hit Hanuman on his lip or something like that with his one of the shastra, and then Hanuman fall down. And at that time, Pavan Devta was very angry, and he has stopped, how you air to stop, and everybody was so difficult to breathe and everything, especially in demigods, and they was praying like Pavan Devta that please help, how can at that time they went for at that time because they have Indra has hit the Hanumanji. So they said you have to. So at that time, all the demigod give him so many powers. Indra gave his one of the shastra, so nobody can help. And there was like sick Demi and Vayu. They also came. They also given benediction to Hanuman, and also there is another demigod. All have given some another weapon, like something to Hanuman. So Hanuman become very, very strong. So this was saying that Hanuman can, if Hanuman want to bring, he can bring whole Lanka, whole Lanka. That much power he has. But because his guru instructed him that you just have to see the Sita and come back. So I was just thinking that before one paragraph I was saying Hanuman was a bit afraid or something like that. So I was just thinking that Hanuman cannot operate when they see the demigod, isn't it? Like when they see the Rakshasa. And that was mentioned in first paragraph.
In the previous,
He has so much doing. he forget this power because afterwards, like Jambant has to remind him before he went to the Lanka. But he has so much from all the demigod. Also, he get the education from Surya Devta, who is the first Devta. As Bhagavad Gita was mentioned, the Surya, in one of the sloka, Krishna has mentioned to Arjuna that Vivasvana or like Surya's prayer about the Surya. He's the first demigod, appears. So he got the Gnan from Hanuman got the Gnan from Surya Devta himself. And he's very, very powerful. But yeah.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. So beautifully. Jai Mataji.
No, I was just going to say, yes, we've covered all this before, Mataji. So we covered about how Hanuman, he fell, Indra got angry and all that. That bit was all covered before, previously. And then how he got all the powers and benedictions from other Vayu and other demigods. But your question...
was like there was mentioned here that Hanuman was he seen the Rakshasa. He was a bit afraid, or he was just something worried, or like he was some anxious, worried or something like that. He's seen all this Rakshasa. They said, how I can go to approach Sita when seeing this Rakshasa. Plus first glance, he was just doing. So, yeah.
I think he's very carefully considering how to approach Sita. I didn't want to risk anything and get seen quickly.
Because his heart, Sita himself, he was like that. Okay, so he was just thinking.
He's just thinking, and he's always, if you see in the previous few paragraphs, he's always planning what to do. So he even looked at all the women when in order to find Sita, he had to do certain things. So he's carefully planning and to how to do things rather than just jumping here and there. And
he don't want to actually hurt Sita by just so he's just planning. Okay. Yeah, and then okay, understand. Okay, thank you. And how is so Ravan has done this tatapa about the Siva, and he has pleased Siva and get the Lanka and all this benediction. And Hanuman is himself also Sivji, and he is also the cause of his death as well. Hanumanji, how he has burned the Lanka and everything. So it's just one God, done both things. Like Sivji.
Yes, so beautiful, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. So Mataji knows so many things. So we hear.
Yes. She attends all these kathas. You're enjoying, is it Lal Govind Prabhuji's kathas, aren't you, at the moment?
Yeah, he gave nice katha yesterday in Manor as well about Chaitanya Sarita. But because he's Hindi, so I grasp many things.
Yeah. You're so blessed, Mataji.
It's not blessed, but I'm saying that, Hanumanji's power and Hanumanji. But when you sit over that place, also you feel like some presence of Hanuman, especially when they do the katha and all these things. Because Hanuman is also Charo Yug Parataptama, is also in the Kali Yuga as well. So you can see present. And whoever arranged the katha, they are saying so many people are approaching them that we want to give, give the food, we want to give the prasad, we want to do this. So Hanumanji said himself is arranging everything so nicely. And so it was really good to hear about the glorification of Hanuman. Thank you.
So beautiful. Thank you, Mataji, for sharing those things. Okay, Gauriya Mataji, you want to add anything, Mataji? Usha Mataji. Okay, so that is from Ramayana. Okay, I think we can conclude our session for this morning. Thank you so much, dear devotees. Can I request everyone to unmute and do the Lord Hari Bols to Jai Mataji, please?
Oh, Prabhuji always be.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol to Prabhuji, please.
Thank you. Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
Bol, Hari Bol. And to all the devotees for asking beautiful questions. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Thank you.
Very beautiful. Thank you so much. Okay, we shall conclude and then continue next Sunday. Vancha kalpatarubhyash Patipanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.